Hello and welcome to our second story today, folks. We have Biden appears confused with Trump with former President George W. Bush. Yeah, so this is actually quite sad in all aspects. It's not an excuse, it's just more reason as to he shouldn't and should not have ran to be president. Joe Biden, he sits there and says, George, it's and the whole time, his wife, who knows what's going on and is either complicit or actively trying to get him president, and I'm not sure which it is. She doesn't seem like an evil individual, as into forcing somebody to run for president who shouldn't. But I don't know. It's really quite disconcerting. Because if he became president, walks up to, a foreign leader or something like that, and forgets the dude's name. In America, it's like, we're like, oh yeah, we kind of, wave it off. Other countries, no. There's some places you can't put your foot up. If you take your foot off the ground and, like, sit kind of cross-legged, with your leg T-shape or T to your other leg, that's an insult. Showing the bottom of your feet to somebody is highly insulting, right? I mean, I don't particularly know why. That's their custom, not mine. But if he's doing this kind of stuff, imagine when he's sitting there with trying to negotiate peace with, like, Iran or something like that, and he lifts his foot up just because it's a natural reaction for him or something like that, and completely botches the entire thing because he literally insults him. Or the fact that he shakes his hand with his he goes to reach out his hand to shake it, and he shakes with his left hand for whatever reason. That's highly insulting. That's literally, in their eyes, flinging crap at him because, well, that's the hand you wipe your butt with. And they don't have running water for the most part, so they don't wash it. But Joe Biden appears confused. Presidential words. Joe Biden appeared to confuse President Trump with former President George W. Bush during an online fundraising event Sunday. The Democratic potential candidate was speaking at the I Will Vote concert when he attempted to make a case for his election. The character of the country, in my view, is literally on the ballot, Biden told moderators George Lopez and CNN analyst Anna Navarro. 4 more years of George, gonna find yourselves in a position where if Trump gets elected, we're gonna be in a different world. That is not a sentence a normal, fully functioning person would make. It is extremely hard to read what he says, and that's why I stumble, is because I'm trying to read it exactly as it's quoted from him. It's hard for me to speak that way. Like, it hurts. Like, I want to say 4 more years of Trump. Well, geez, if we do that, it's going to be terrible. That's more along the lines, the moral fiber of our country is at stake, and if you elect President Trump for 4 more years, it's just going to tear it all down. That's a sentence or a statement that makes sense when you speak it. But what he had here, it doesn't. It's garbled and it's missing that feeling as if it was natural human speak, if that makes sense. Biden called the 2020 election between him and Trump the most consequential election in a long, long time. And again, consequential election. It's a big word that means what he's shooting for. But the context of the way he was speaking, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel natural. It feels as if he's looking for other words, and that's the one he found. You know, it'd be Trump. Yeah, I don't get it. Like, the way he speaks, the most consequential election in a long, long time. It doesn't feel right, you know. And these are all things. These are all signs of, what do they call it? Word aphasia, where you start trying to grab certain words, but you're not grabbing the right ones. You're grabbing close proximities, and it's just because the neurons aren't firing correctly, and they're not grabbing the correct memory spots. You know, like, well, this is, you know, your brain is more or less a computer in the greatest sense, and you know, you have a file, and the routes for the files aren't routing correctly, so it's trying to find where it needs to go, but it finds something close, and it's just like a snowball effect. You'll see him. He gets worse as time goes along, as each little gaff he has, like he has a little gaff here, a little gaff here, and then it progressively, as he's speaking, it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. So, now, I will say this. I expected a lot more of this in the debate. Now, mind you, he wasn't all there in the debate, but unless he had an earpiece or something like that, which some people say I don't think he does. I didn't see one. There's some pictures out there showing here's an earpiece and here's a wire, and it's like, technology's come a long way. If he was going to wear an earpiece, it wouldn't have a wire. Let's just be plain and simple of it. You're not going to have a wire. It's going to be wireless. But, and you see it in the, you see her speaking, and she keeps saying, she's like, Trump, Trump, Trump. Because she knows what has occurred. This means it's something that she deals with on a daily basis, because she's not even trying. It's not like she had to stop and think about it. He said it in the moment he said it. The very first moment he started going, she started picking it up and just started repeating Trump's name until he caught himself back up to where he was supposed to be. Like, you see it, like, he goes from George gonna find yourself in a position where if Trump gets elected, where we're gonna be in a different world. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It's as if the Democratic Party didn't expect to win this, right? It's as if he's not actually campaigning for this. They didn't give you the president to elect. If that makes sense? They gave you somebody who's on the ticket. They don't expect him to win. And they're just, you know, kind of like washing their hands of this next 4 years. They're going to continue to be a ginormous, ungodly pain in everybody in the United States butts, where they constantly Trump and everything else. It's just going to be a continuation. It's, you know, Trump's good for their ratings. I'll give him that. You know, they don't really, they don't even, like, at this point, they don't even have any pretense that they're actually doing news work anymore. They just, if they don't like the story, they don't display it. And if it's getting displayed online, well, their big tech buddies jump through hoops to try to censor it. And that's not okay. I don't think this is much of as a grand conspiracy as they pretend it is. What's that old saying? I think thou do protest too much. And I honestly, like, there's no way they can't know that this kind of information, if it's posted in some places but you silence it, it's going to create a larger buzz around it. It is human nature that if somebody's telling you, no, you can't listen to this, we're going to find it. And we're going to listen to it. I'm dead serious. That is human nature. You tell me I can't, I'm going to try my best to do. And that's just how we are. Like, we are intellectual creatures by nature, and if it's something that's important to us, we're going to go out of our way to try to find it. You know, we will find that information. You're not going to stop us in the long run. But what you've done is you've created this mystique around around what should be like Bush, well, he said the wrong name. Laugh, haha. But no, that's not what it's going to end up being. It's going to be this: is Joe Biden is Joe Biden, truly have true dementia? Is he going to take his wife on every single play everywhere he goes just to keep him in line and keep his memory fresh and things like that? No, she can't do that. First of all, it's just not going to be allowed. Sorry. There are certain meetings where women are forbidden to go. That's an entirely different set of stupidity. But anyway, this is our middle video, folks. It should be up pretty soon. I'll start recording the last video, so we'll end up with 3 for today. I hope you guys enjoy. Remember, like, share, subscribe if you find this important at all. Make sure to show people. Other than that, I think I'm going to end our last one with just some happy news. I think this is about all I want to cover on the Joe Biden stuff. You guys know the rest. You know about Hunter and all that stuff. I can't show any of those videos or basically any of that information without getting shut down anyway. So I'm just going to skip it. I will give you the information to a small degree where, it's out there. Go find it. Keep yourselves informed, and as always, have fun. We'll see you guys in about an hour or so, and thank you all so much. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a wonderful day.